to Carolina.
Proud to be a South Carolina Farmer is a new series highlighting the backbone of America, farmers. We'll be traveling through the Low Country's back roads to show you an up-close and personal view of their day-to-day lives. Farming is not just a job for these families, it is a way of life.
Let's go to Carolina, we could start a new life.
I'm Angela May with our special series, Proud to be a South Carolina Farmer, where we feature farms from across the state. Today, we're heading down to the Low Country to visit Salty Oak Farm in McClellanville. This is known as a regenerative farm, and it's also home to one of its farming partners, Chucktown Acres. It not only has wonderful produce and livestock, but it's also a premier event space.
The name of the property is Salty Oak Farm. It's collective. They put up all the infrastructure, and it's my job to maintain it. So they'll do, when it's cold out, or like if it's August and it's too hot to do something outside, they'll do cooking classes and indoor, like smaller events, private dinners with like a private chef, indoor stuff. That's pretty much like January and August when you get to the extreme temperatures. The rest of the year, you could do a wedding out here. We do a lot of like combination deals where you have a dinner and then I give you a tour of the property, either on a hayride or I'll walk everybody around. And so we do some joint events, stuff like that too. And then we've done like farm to table dinners as well, where we'll cook a big feast. So we have all of our chicken coops are on skids. They're mobile and they move every single morning. Our fields have had 0 synthetic fertilizers put on them since we've taken control of this property 3 years ago. All we've had to fertilize this fields is chickens in coops that move every day. So they'll come in and they'll eat all the grass, they'll poop all of their manure down, and then we move them off that manure, and we just keep moving every day. Boom, boom, boom. And we've covered this entire field twice in chicken manure in 2 years. And we've not had one day on this farm that field stunk. You can't smell it. You could go in there right now, you wouldn't smell a single thing, because they're always on fresh ground. The earth and manure have a relationship. There's only so much that the earth can take before it starts to smell horrible, giving you the clue that this is not the way things were designed to be, okay? If you were to go out in nature and you were to find wild hogs or deer or whatever, things wouldn't stink like a barn when you go out there. Nature's got a certain amount of manure that it can take at a time. It wants manure as a fertilizer, but if you give it too much, it can become toxic to the land. So that's why it's gone and ruined communities of people, because they have millions of hogs in their barns, and then they have millions of hogs worth of manure concentrated in these feed operations that then they just have to put somewhere. So they end up digging these ponds, or slurries we call them, and those slurries are the stinkiest thing. You can smell them from 10, 20 miles away. Yes. And they're destroying, I mean, like, imagine living next to that thing.
Subscribe to our channel, PEARLtvsc, so you don't miss a single episode of Proud to be a South Carolina Farmer.
Proud to be a South Carolina Farmer is made possible by Stokes Automotive Group, Zaxby's, Holy City Brewing Company, Joye Law Firm, just call Joy.
Carolina, Carolina.
When people think of a lawyer, they picture someone in a flashy suit in a stuffy office. Well, here's a picture for you. This is where I grew up. It wasn't always easy, but I'm proud of my humble roots. It's where I learned to work through the tough times and appreciate what I had. At the Joye Law Firm, we're helping people going through tough times of their own. If you've been injured, call the law firm that understands what you're going through. Just call Joy, 843-888-8888.
Hey, this is Chris Brown from Holy City Brewing in North Charleston, and we are excited to be a sponsor of Proud to be a South Carolina Farmer.
Hell yeah!
do is we'll put this shade cloth, if there's a big thing of blackberry or brambles or thorns or weeds, we'll set this thing right over top of it, and they'll drop all the manure, because they're gonna sit under this for about 4 hours a day when it's hot out like this. So they're gonna drop tons of manure on those weeds, and then 30 days, 60 days from then, we're gonna have the nicest grass on the whole farm, right where it was the worst spot on the whole farm. So we can also concentrate fertilization with the shade cloth as well. This is a mineral box here that goes with them everywhere they go. It doesn't just have salt, it's got every mineral that you can think of that a cow would need. We've got them all labeled in there, and they just use their head to lift up the rubber mat, and they can get in there, and if they want more sulfur or more silicon or phosphorus or potassium or whatever they want, they can go in there and pick out whatever they want. Fresh water is at the other end over there. We always give them fresh water every single day. We've got buried water lines over the entire farm, so we can have mobile water as well as mobile shade, mobile mineral, mobile fence. Everything's mobile so that we can do the one thing that we need to do is concentrate these guys in a small area with enough food for the day. Then we move them tomorrow, they'll be on the other side of that wire, and then this spot that we're standing will go into a 30 to 60 day rest. It's probably gonna be like a 45-day rest that they'll have before it sees cows again. And this grass will come back stronger and better every single time we do that throughout the summer, and then year over year we'll grow better grass, higher quality grass, more nutrient dense grass, taller grass, and so we'll be able to feed more cows year over year with this system. One thing that breaks my heart is when people say that cows are bad for the environment. Well, sure, feedlot cows, grain-fed cows, they're absolutely terrible for the environment. Think about all the land you have to use for monocropping grains to feed these guys when their stomachs were designed to eat the thing that they're standing on. So we believe that cows should not be in feedlots. They should not be fed grains. They should be 100% grass. They should be moved all the time like wild ungulates moving all the time. They're never in the same spot. So our cows are actually a carbon negative for the environment. They pull more carbon out of the atmosphere than they emit. So it's not that cows are bad, it's about how you raise your cows that can be the most beneficial thing for the planet in the atmosphere, or it can be the most detrimental thing that you do for the planet or the atmosphere. It's all about how you manage your animals. And if you manage them well, you're gonna not only grow better grass, you're gonna save your soil, you're gonna have better pastures year over year, and we can actually grow more animals on the same amount of ground by doing this method.
Hey, I'm Carrie with Zaxby's, and we're proud to be sponsors of the South Carolina Farmers.
We took our signature sandwich and cranked it up to 11. With bacon and cheese, it's the new Signature Club, remixed by Zaxby's.
Subscribe to our channel, PEARLtvsc, so you don't miss a single episode of Proud to be a South Carolina Farmer.
Proud to be a South Carolina Farmer is made possible by Stokes Automotive Group, Zaxby's, Holy City Brewing Company, Joye Law Firm, just call Joy.
Carolina,
Hi, I'm Eddie Stokes with Stokes Automotive Group, and we are excited to be a sponsor for Proud to be a South Carolina Farmer.
lunch dates and coffee.
So Red Bull cattle, very, very chill. Berkshire Hogs, super chill. I've got a boar named Tony, and all he wants is love. He'll never attack anybody or anything. So all of this open area was a beach when we got here. This was just sand. It just looked like this. So all the grass that you see, these pigs have actually dug up old grass seeds that were in the seed bank. They planted all this themselves, okay? Which is really, really cool.
Through the manure?
Yeah, well, what they do is they root around, they dig around, and there's grass seeds 4 or 5 inches below the surface. Because once upon a time, before this was pine, this was grass. And so they dug up old grass seeds, they eat them, they'll poop them out, and then the grass will spread based off these little chunks of where they drop their manure. So once we get into the wooded section, before we put pigs here, you could not see about 3 to 4 feet from where we're standing right now. You couldn't see any of that right there. So this is the thing I love most about pigs. They'll take a crazy, uncontrollable area and they'll turn it into this like tranquil, zen kind of place where everything's calm.
Oh, I see.
It's shaded and quiet, and it's like they bring, it's like you attack chaos with chaos and you bring calm. Yeah, this will be awesome. They're all taking a big nap. What's up, y'all? I wonder what those little flies are. They're all over those pig patties. What's up, guys? Oh yeah, this will be awesome. They're all taking a big nap. Awesome. They're all taking a big nap. Yeah, pig. Yep. Pig. What's up, piggy? Oh yeah. We got two. So they'll create their own mud holes. So they dug that whole little bath themselves. Then it rains and it'll collect that water, and that's the main way that they like to cool off during the day. Now it really helps that pretty much their whole area is shaded, so it stays 10 degrees cooler in here all the time. Anything that at least. That's pretty cool. These guys are all about five months old right now.
Really?
We got some older ones. I think these two taking a mud bath are about 8 months. So they're about ready for the processor now. And then we got some young ones that are about 3 months as well. So the ones with the white stripe came from, we call this guy Yoda because he's got the goofiest little ears. They came from a factory operation that grows hogs indoors on concrete their entire life. So that's why their tails are docked, because the conditions inside of a factory hog operation are so disgusting that they'll actually get infections in their tails. So they cut the ends of their tails off to stay away from the infections. You know, if you just let your animals be outside and give them a safe environment, they wouldn't have to deal with that kind of stuff. But the thing I wanted to say about these guys with the white stripe is I bought them when they're about 8 weeks old, and I got them out of the factory and brought the trailer back here and unloaded them onto this dirt. And you never seen a pig so happy in its entire life. They were literally skipping and jumping around, like all fours off the ground, jumping around with joy, because they know intuitively that they were made to play with dirt and mud their whole life. But they've been on concrete their whole life. Something was wrong. So when I brought them out here, put them on dirt, you would have thought I just laid ice cream all over the ground. Like they were immediately digging. They knew exactly what to do, and they were all like yipping and squealing with joy when we brought them out here. So I like to think that they were my little rescue mission, bringing these little guys out here, getting them off concrete, getting them onto the dirt where they belong. They love it here. This is what pigs want to be doing right here. They're social. They want to play in the mud. They want to play with each other, like this guy, just messing with his buddy here.
Be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel, PEARLtvsc, so you don't miss a single episode of Proud to be a South Carolina Farmer. And don't forget to support the farms in your community.
Proud to be a South Carolina Farmer is made possible by Stokes Automotive Group, Zaxby's, Holy City Brewing Company, Joye Law Firm, just call Joy.
Carolina,
When people think of a lawyer, they picture someone in a flashy suit and a stuffy office. Well, here's a picture for you. This is where I grew up. It wasn't always easy, but I'm proud of my humble roots. It's where I learned to work through the tough times and appreciate what I had. At the Joye Law Firm, we're helping people going through tough times of their own. If you've been injured, call the law firm that understands what you're going through. Just call Joy, 843-888-8888.